Welcome to our webinar on Organic in Food Service and the Organic Served Here Award. My name is Sarah Jupp and I'm the Business Development Manager for Organic Served Here, the UK's only organic award for restaurants and cafes from the Soil Association. We want to highlight our award holders as beacons of sustainability within the industry. Not only can this award help you to stand out from the crowd, it's doing an important job at educating the public and the food service industry about the importance of sustainable and ethical food and drink. Just in case anyone listening to us is new, the Soil Association is both an organic certifier and a charity. The Soil Association is the leading membership charity in the UK, campaigning for healthy, humane and sustainable food, farming and land use. And you'll find our certification symbol on 70% of organic products in the UK. So what will we cover today? Well, I'm going to be talking about the organic market and how it's performing and what people's attitudes are to eating out sustainably based on a survey we've recently done. I'll be talking more about our Organic Served Here award, how to win recognition through the award, how to apply for it, what benefits you receive, and some case studies from our existing award holders. And as organic shouldn't break the bank, we are going to be offering some top tips on how to save money and be sustainable with your menu. Every year we create a market report based on figures from our organic licensees. The latest report was published in February 2018 and I'm pleased to share some top line highlights with you today to give you some background on how the organic market is doing. Now, there has been a continuous growth in organic sales over the last 6 years, and we're only projecting growth moving forwards as far as we're aware. We've now exceeded pre-recession levels to be at £2.2 billion, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you're doing organic already, you are on the money. Looking at retail figures here as an indicator, the growth in the number of organic products has been outperforming non-organic products since 2014. Organic is going mainstream. You may even soon be able to buy an organic baby bell. Looking at growth in sales figures of our organic licensees, there's been growth in the last year across the board. Independent retail and home delivery schemes like box schemes are making buying organic so much easier for the consumer. But the biggest growth has been in food service at 10.2% growth over the last year. In terms of who is selling the most, what the proportion of spend is, the supermarkets are bringing home most of the bacon for organic through 67% of the pie. You can see food service there is bringing in 3.8%. And again, using retail stats here as an insight into what products have had the biggest market share in terms of value. Dairy and fresh produce are leading the way, but there has been greatest growth year on year in chilled foods and deli, fresh produce and alcohol. So if you're not yet using organic, we always recommend dairy as a really easy and cost-effective place to start. Right, I'm going to do a poll now, just to see if you're paying attention and to give you a little bit of insight in the meantime. So you should now see a question come up. Do you know what percentage of meals are eaten out of the home? Now have a stab a guess. Is it 20% of meals, 30% of meals, or 40% of meals that are eaten out of the home? Now, at the moment, we're getting, yep, brilliant. You're putting some good guesses in here. So I can see not everyone's voted, but based on what you've done here, half of people have guessed 30%, half of people have guessed 40%. The correct answer is 40%. So 40% of meals are now eaten out of the home. Just going to hide that away now. Quite terrific. Bear with me 2 secs while I get this up. So no wonder if so many meals are being eaten out of the home at the moment. The fastest growing segment for organic is in food service. The potential is huge and really, really exciting. So we wanted to springboard from our market research to delve deeper into dining out choices and whether consumers are still switched on by the same things when they're eating out. Do they still care about ethical ingredients when they're eating out of the home? We surveyed 200 people, not profiled, might I add, for their organic eating habits, and from a variety of age groups and socio-economic backgrounds. The results highlight the growing demand for organic in food service. This is encouraging for restaurants and cafes already serving organic, but it also demonstrates the opportunity for more places to introduce organic onto their menu. This is what we learned. So, deciding where to eat. Given that only 1.5% of the UK food and drink market is organic, only 1.5%, our recent Eating Out Sustainably survey clearly demonstrates that organic is on the brain when eating out. Eating out for the majority is a treat, and even with so many choices of eateries, it's clear that organic is a defining factor. A staggering half of people would be more likely to choose a restaurant that highlights its ethical or sustainable credentials, and 43% think that a restaurant or cafe will be better than others if they see organic on the menu or drinks list. You may think there are enough eateries out there serving organic, or that it doesn't matter enough, but you're wrong. 47% think there aren't enough restaurants that serve ethically or sustainably sourced dishes. And even for people who don't necessarily know what organic means, the perception is clearly positive. A third, that's 36% in this case, would be more likely to eat at a restaurant or cafe described as organic. But eateries are not being clear enough that they serve organic. 2/3 find it hard to tell if a restaurant or cafe serves organic food or drink, and nearly 3/4 think it's difficult to tell if a restaurant is serving ethically or sustainably sourced dishes. So that's hopefully where we can help a little bit more. Organic is clearly associated with premium, and cost can be a hurdle for chefs when considering changing their sourcing. It's not always the case that organic is more expensive, but cost shouldn't be off-putting to restaurateurs, given that as many as 39% say they'd be happy to pay a little more for a meal or drink if it was made from organic ingredients. And a similar number, 41%, said that a dish described as organic makes it more appealing. So remember, this is people who haven't claimed in the survey that they are into organic food, not even in terms of buying habits and retail. So there's clearly a perception that organic means premium quality and something worth paying a little more for. Organic is also on the up on the high street, but mainly in kids' menus. Our Out to Lunch league table of casual dining high street restaurant chains shows that nearly a half of the best kids' menus feature organic. That's double the figure 2 years ago. So there you go, another indicator that things are changing. Organic is now served at Wetherspoons, Beefeater, Brewers Fayre, Harvester, Strada, Jamie's Italian, McDonald's, Zizzi's, Giraffe, Nando's, Las Iguanas and Prezzo. So through our Organic Served Here award, we want to help people to find organic when eating out of the home. We want to get more restaurants and cafes stocking organic. We want to support our organic licensees in supplying into restaurants and cafes. And we want to help to explain to customers and chefs exactly what organic is and why it's so important. Organic Served Here is an accreditation scheme which recognises and raises awareness of restaurants and cafes serving organic food and drink. It's the only award of its kind in the UK, and it comes from the Soil Association. The award is a high profile, simple and good value way to ensure that customers know and appreciate the lengths to which your restaurant or cafe goes to in sourcing high quality organic ingredients. The way that we rate award holders is based solely on the percentage of organic ingredients that they use in a typical month. So starting at 15% organic for a 1-star award, that's the icon you can see in the top left there, an applicant doesn't have to source very much organic to qualify. We want to encourage restaurants not using organic to start using organic, so there is a low level entry. However, 5-star award holders will be heralded as making the most effort with their sourcing. Anything less than a 5-star logo is going to show that there are blank stars, which highlight the potential 5-star scale of the award. So if you'd like to get more stars, come to us and we can point you in the right direction of some suitable organic suppliers and producers. Our first ever restaurant to come on board the Organic Served Here award was Café St Honore in Edinburgh, which is owned by executive chef Neil Forbes. He says of the award, From a guest's point of view, they see the Soil Association as a mark of excellent quality and therefore associate us with that quality. More and more people dining out are conscious of their health and are aware that organic is a better choice. They then trust us to create wonderful dishes using the best ingredients. Now, sorry for this rather stark diagram here, but Neil, this is just to indicate that Neil makes organic meat affordable by buying in whole carcasses and butchering in-house. He's actually worked out how to get 140 portions out of a lamb that costs £140. So that's £1 per portion. Not only that, it's really upskilled his chefs and it's really kept them challenged and motivated. Another example of an award holder is Feed in Edinburgh. They run 2 bars and they offer things like burgers, wings, ribs, all of which are organic. So it's kind of organic junk food. Lord bless him. He says our ribs and our chicken wings are our standout products. We pride ourselves on using as much of the animal as we can. Originally, our organic ribs were a waste product from another top-end restaurant before we negotiated to get our hands on them. But we also use pig skins and ears to make bar snacks, so very inventive. They've done a really good job of sourcing chicken wings, which are a hero item on their menu. These are traditionally not so popular in food service, but Feed saw a gap in the market and use all of the chicken wings that a certain supplier that we use, that we certify, can supply. Now, one of the main reasons for opting for organic was the taste. They cooked up samples and they were absolutely hooked. The second reason was that it was a great way for them to differentiate themselves from other businesses that attract a young demographic. So organic really helps them to stand out. And the third reason was to buy from a trusted source that treats their animals well. So if you don't already know, the organic certification process involves higher animal welfare, and that even takes the standards as far as the slaughtering process. So really there is no better way of treating an animal that you're going to be eating other than the organic certification process. Now, other award holders include Pillars of Hercules and Fife. They said last year, just this summer, we have seen a 20% increase in our cafe turnover compared with last year. More people are choosing to eat organic more often and will continue to do so. And the Better Food Cafes in Bristol were awarded 4 stars for the second year running this year. They say it's easy to market because the name Organic Served Here says exactly what it is. So it's a mark of achievement. It's a great thing to be able to tell our customers. And in practical terms, working out the percentage of organic spend is not overly complicated. So it isn't a massive commitment in terms of time. It's just being rewarded for doing what you're already doing anyway, plus a bit of an incentive to go the extra mile. So what do award holders get? Well, we hope that you'll agree that it's a great benefits package. Not only you can promote your organic credentials in a more clear way, but we really try and offer a bit of a launch pad in terms of marketing. So you'll get PR support when you come on board. We'll issue a press release for you and we'll invite you to blog on our website. We'll also post about you through our social media channels. So our Instagram has nearly 14,000 followers. We've got 69,000 likes on Facebook and over 93,000 followers on Twitter. You'll also get a certificate to put on display, a logo that you can use for your website and menu, and window stickers and table talkers for your restaurant. We also have an online restaurant finder where you can post an ad so that people nearby can find you. And you'll have a brilliant opportunity to get behind our Organic September campaign. This is our biggest campaign. It reaches far and wide through events, PR, social media, points of sale, our licensees and our partners. And 2017 was our most successful Organic September ever, with supermarket sales increasing to 7.1% from 4 something or other percent. It was definitely a 3% increase over that month, and it sustained as well to 6% by the end of September. So it raised the amount of organic being sold in supermarkets and it sustained them too. And it also achieved a media reach of 61 million, a social reach of 38 million, and we got 50,000 views, visits to our website. We had 130 views of our campaign video, which featured Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall amongst other celebrity chefs, and 3 major multiples engaged. That was Waitrose, Aldi and Asda. Organic September is a really great place to start. So we want to encourage restaurants and cafes to source at least one key ingredient on their menu, or to have one organic served here menu option. Now, for those of you who already use organic, it's really easy. You can just jump on board the Organic September bandwagon by doing what you're already doing, but why not challenge yourself to go that extra mile and source something else or do something special for Organic September on your menu? To join the buzz, you simply tag on social media, add our Organic September logo to your menu. You can download a promotional poster and you can add our blurb to your press releases. Some restaurants are even doing special offers, events and competitions throughout the month. There's really no excuse not to get involved. We've made it so accessible. So please do let us know if you would like an Organic September pack. So by being an Organic Served Here award holder, you'll also make yourself eligible to apply for our best organic restaurant category in our Booms Awards. If you hadn't heard of these, the Best of Organic Market Awards are the only organic awards in the industry and have a really, really wonderful way to celebrate everyone who works so hard to deliver the highest quality organic food and drink in the market every day. It gets lots of media attention, as you can see. The award will be returning in June 2019 and entries will be opening in January 2019. You'll also get our organic market report, which has detailed and fascinating information. It's free of charge to award holders, but to non-licensees of Soil Association, it would cost £100. So all in all, you found out about Organic Served Here. It sounds great. What does it cost? It costs £395 plus VAT per year for one licence. And if you've got more than one site, well, the cost for an additional site, if the sourcing and menu are the same, is £50. If sourcing and menus are different, then it's £175 per additional site. And we offer a 15% discount to charities and social enterprises. Applying is really, really easy, just like our case studies have said. The first step would be to email goorganic@soilassociation.org for your application pack. We'll send that out to you. That will be a Word document, which is our application form, and an Excel spreadsheet, which is the spend calculator. And what you do is you fill that out with your typical month's food invoices. And straight away, you'll find out what your star rating will be. So it works out all the percentages for you. And if you're a few percentage points off your desired rating, you think you're nearly there. If I changed a few of my products to organic, I could achieve a higher score rating. Then get in touch with us and let us know, because we might be able to help you to source more in your area. Then you return your application form and your calculator to us. We'll invoice you, and once you're paid, we'll verify your spend, and that's it. We issue your awards and we can start talking about you as Organic Served Here award holders. So organic is generally, but not always, more expensive than its non-organic counterpart. Now, we could actually run a whole webinar on the real cost of food that would help us to see that the cost of non-organic agriculture is moved elsewhere. For example, there's a huge proportion of our water bill that is spent on removing harmful nitrates from our water supply, which we put in there because of pesticides and fertilizers from agriculture. Or, even the cost to the NHS of treating life-limiting diseases that aren't helped by the toxins that we're ingesting through the food chain as a result of all these chemicals used in our food production. But if we interpret this claim strictly at face value, then here are some of the ways that chefs might be able to save funds and be more sustainable in some areas to help to afford for those ingredients that are sustainable and organic. Number one, we'd say reducing plate waste is key. Roughly a third of the food produced in the world for human consumption every year, that's approximately 1.3 billion tonnes, gets lost or wasted. So some really good tips here on reducing our food waste in your business is maybe serving smaller portions or offering medium or large portions, a choice of the two, depending on what their appetite is. Or if you do serve smaller portions, and perhaps offering second helpings. You could design your menu, or design even a special menu to use up peelings. So if I can just do a little plug here for Sky at Spring Restaurant in London, she's done a really great thing. She's developed a scratch menu, which she served between 5 and 7 in the evening, which uses up the day's peelings and the offcuts, which weren't served for their breakfast and lunch sittings. And it does really, really well. And they obviously make that cheaper, so it brings in a much wider audience. it's a great way of using up things that there isn't food waste. And finally, offering doggy bags is a great idea, but please do remember, if you're going to do that, to use sustainable packaging and encourage your customers to recycle that packaging. You could offer fewer but better quality meat items. You could even offer free sides for vegetarian options if you feel they're not going to be filling enough, just to help them to fill up. And like I've said with the Cafe St Honore example, buying whole meat carcasses. If you've got the room, if you've got the time, if you've got the energy, buy meat carcasses and get your local butcher in to train you to butcher in house. You'll be able to use every part of that carcass, and it will be so rewarding to do that. And if you're able to achieve the same result as Neil, that's £1 per food serving. That's just amazing. Buying in season, you will get far better tasting ingredients, and you can cook and freeze in bulk what you don't immediately use. It'll be cheaper than buying off season when those products are harder to source locally. And finally, if you reduce your energy waste, you'll be doing your pocket and the environment a huge favour. So we really, really hope that you found this webinar interesting and informative. Here's my email for any queries. It's sjup@soilassociation.org. And also the link to our page online about Organic Served Here is soilassociation.org/organic served here. And if you're interested in applying or have any specific questions, then don't hesitate to get in touch with me. Thank you so much for listening. All the best.